Welcome to our last discussion topic for Unit 3. In this discussion, we're going to shift our attention away from the concerns and controls of computer security and instead return to our discussion on intelligence analysis and the intelligence community. In this lesson segment, we're going to pick up where we left off with the intelligence cycle and discuss another step in the process. The intelligence cycle, which is depicted on the right side of the screen, is an ongoing process by which the intelligence community can gather, organize, and analyze information so that we as a nation can make important national intelligence decisions. It is a process that is always ongoing. So far, we've had the opportunity to discuss the first three steps in the cycle: requirements and planning and direction, which help us understand the questions of national security that we need to address and how we have to develop a game plan. And we also talked about collection, where we follow through on our plans and collect various information that will ultimately be analyzed. During the data collection process, there are many sources and disciplines whereby the IC can collect raw information. As we learned in Unit 2, there are 6 major sources for intelligence information. For a quick refresher, please watch the discussions from Unit 2. If you can imagine, with a lot of raw data sources comes an enormous amount of data. If the goal of the intelligence cycle is to analyze and to make sense of the information in order to make important decisions, what can we do to make sure that we can do this quickly and efficiently? The trick for this is in step 4, processing and exploitation. At this step, the raw data is organized into a usable format. At this step, we start to clean up and make sense of the data that we've already collected. If we gathered information that was encrypted or that was in a different language, we need to undergo translation or cryptanalysis in this step. If we have a lot of raw data that share similar attributes or that correspond to a certain part of our investigations, we can also organize it for rapid retrieval. This organization process can include entering raw data into databases where it could be used by analysts in the next step. The more orderly we can be, the more efficient the process of analysis should be when we finally reach this step. In Unit 4, we'll finally get to the analysis discussion, which is an extremely critical part of the intelligence cycle. This is where we start to look at the information that we've collected and organized and start to hone in on the most critical information to help decision makers make important judgment calls. Being an analyst requires a lot of important skills, which we will be sure to discuss in this intelligence cycle discussion on analysis. But for right now, and to get us thinking about that next step, that analysis step in the context of information security, let's turn over this discussion to a famous case surrounding an online operation known as the Silk Road. This fascinating tale shows us how the precise application of intelligence information and investigation was able to aid in the process of tracking down a notorious online kingpin. As you're watching this video, I really want you to think about this as an analyst. Think about all of the different places where data needed to be collected and how long it must have taken to organize all of this data to finally get it to the point where you can analyze the information. It's really fascinating when you think about it this way.